Today, let's gonna talk with Sabine Maringer, that is a circus researcher and advocate based in Vienna with international work. She holds a master in performing public space, is certificated cultural manager and educated drama teacher. And the past year, she was busy with her Circus Street Theater company, touring in Europe and abroad, as well as realizing different projects in Vienna, like a Circus Festival and an online calendar for the contemporary circus. She's also co-founder of the show Salon, School for Street Theater, and the Kaskade Festival for Contemporary Circus in Austria. Today we're gonna talk about her conception of contemporary circus, the circus in Austria and in Europe, and about her currently project that is about sex and circus. Curious to talk about it. So, officially starting, and once again, thank you so much to opening space in your life to receive this research in your room, in your house, and to share a bit of your knowledge with us. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Nice. To start, the standard question of this research, that is, what is contemporary circus for you?
I think for me, it's an ongoing research process of constantly redefining movement, uh, expression, I would say.
Nice. And how you see this contemporary circus in Europe? How is your idea about this? What is going on in Europe now?
Can you be more specific?
Yeah, for example, I see that you have connections in Europe, not just in Austria, no, but you are constantly passing through festivals, making part of groups of selections and guiding works, no? And what are you? What can you see in these productions that is around you? How is your feeling about contemporary circus in this environment?
Yeah, lately I feel that a lot of young artists really try to redefine their technique, or really just pick parts of their like base, like juggling or acrobats, and then deconstruct it and try to find new approaches. So I feel like that the contemporary circus right now goes in more in direction performance. That's my thing, or that's what I have seen lately.
Yeah. And how you see this the contemporary circus in Austria?
That's a good question. I'm not sure if this is existing. I think if we compare it on an European level, I don't know when one country can say we have an existing contemporary circus art scene. There is one person or persons or groups. Is it already an existing contemporary circus scene or not? Because if I would be really sharp with dividing in circus arts and contemporary circus arts, then I don't see a lot of people really doing contemporary circus. It's like a handful of people, you know. So we are really, really far behind everything. That's my opinion.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe it's also um, um, it comes with this understanding of what is contemporary circus. So it's easily to describe oneself as a contemporary circus artist and then not be a contemporary circus artist. It also maybe comes along or goes along with the funding that's all contemporary circus or new circus. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So there are some people doing circus, but I would not call them contemporary researchers.
And then in this understanding, thinking about the future, what do you think that we would need, or Austria would need, or this environment would need to develop a contemporary circus scene in this country?
Okay, I think what we lack is professionals that come here and help people to develop their art form and their way of thinking. So I think inviting people who have experience in contemporary research techniques and have profound ideas of how to start from scratch or how to get ideas, I think is the first thing. So it's knowledge exchange.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first thing, and I think this one of the most important other things we lack here is the opportunities to show our performances or work in progress
Mm-hmm.
performances. So like independent and contemporary festivals or theater houses need to open up for contemporary circuits. So there are some where we would fit in, but they are still not open to invite contemporary circuits. I mean, what's happening now, it's Impulstanz Festival, and they have this year one circus, contemporary circus performance, and it's not yes. So yeah, if we would be represented, let's say in the Impulstanz Festival, it's one or two shows, it would be amazing. Yes. So we need the support of the big festivals and gatekeepers here in the performative arts scene to level us up. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the third thing is I got so much out of this mentorship program I was in with, or I'm still in. So I also would recommend people to really go and connect with the scene abroad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I saw that there are many people from Europe, you know, connected in this meeting with all of them and talking about circus. Could you talk a little bit more about this program? Because I think that is a very important initiative, you know, to improve the contemporary circus in Europe and this exchanging between artists. Could you
Yeah.
tell us a bit more of this program?
Yeah, this is a Bounce, and it's hosted by the Circus network in France.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a 1 year mentorship program where you apply with your project, and after being selected, you get matched with professional from the contemporary circus scene in Europe. Mostly festival manager, booker, yes. So people who really for ages are in the scene and have a lot of knowledge and experience. And they matched us really wisely, I felt. So we are 4 people with super diverse projects. So there's rarely any interconnection between the projects. So everyone is really specific and unique. But matched perfectly. So they were really searching for, they had these projects and then they were searching for the mentors within the Circus network. And yes, and then you get paired with a person, and this person is, so to say, your mentor, and you have like a specific hour hours together where you can exchange and share and ask. And I think every combination of 2 people is unique, so everyone has specific needs, and I felt formed our mentorship partnership as we needed it. So every partnership looked differently in the end. And then I think 2 times live. And what's really great is that we then got invited to the Circus General meeting. And this is a meeting where mostly all the members of Circus show up. And we got the opportunity to present our projects in front of all these people. And this is a huge opportunity because these are the festival booker, manager, and researcher from Europe. And get to know these people and to let the people know what you are working on. That's a gift. Yes, especially for me. That was a big gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. I was talking with Roberto Magro, and that is a director that is crossing Europe, the main schools in Europe, and also director. And he was talking about the difference when I asked him, how is the contemporary circus in Europe? And he said, Europe is so big, so many countries, so many realities, and yes. There are countries where you can see the full funding already very well done, like in France, in Belgium, schools and money and many countries walking in this path. Some countries walking this path, and some countries walking this way, and some countries very far from this idea, And when I see this initiative about to put all of these people, I feel like is somehow to share all this full funding structure, all of this knowledge for different countries where maybe is very far from this idea. It's very nice. It's very nice to know that this is going on, and congratulations to be part of it. And thank you so much to share it with us.
Yes. I would recommend everyone to try to apply and join in the program. It's really, it's really helpful.
And this is annual? Is like once a year or?
I think we were in the 2nd edition, so there is now the application online for the 3rd, and have like themes match with.
And how is your work in front of this contemporary circus environment in Europe and in Austria?
So currently I'm busy with researching Shibari and trapeze, mixing it with dance and performance arts. And I think this is something unique. So there are really less people working on this in these fields right now. So this is what I can say, and that people are interested in what we will find about the outcome, and we're still in the midst of researching because it's so new that we have less people to like not copy, but you know, like to get inspired by. So we have really to start from scratch with this research. So yeah, but I get a really good feedback from the international colleagues about this topic. Yes, Trapeze and Shibari.
Entering this field, you already started to talk about Shibari, circus, theater, performance, mixing all of these. And also, I can see you working, for example, questioning gender roles, gender identity, sex, and circus. How is the idea to talk about these topics, or what what kind of topics are you interested to talk, and how is this in your production?
So like you, I got this Arbeitsstipendium from the contemporary circus department in Austria, and I applied with the topic sex and circus, and it unfolded in many different strings. So and this Shibari and circus thing I talked about is one, but in the beginning of this research, I made a lot of brainstorming. Many things popped up, and I tried to focus and to sum things up or like put things in a box and to contain it and maybe find one interesting thing, you know, that thing. And I felt like a huge limitation to like limit myself in my research. And so I said, okay, I keep everything, and at one point things will like show up as very important or get highlighted somehow. And so now what happened is that I felt like, okay, I would like to have something to show, not some intellectual work. And I took the chance to make my research visible and ask photographers to collab with me. And so currently we are finishing the third collaboration, and I'm really happy and blessed to work with these great artists. And somehow these photos show the results of my research. So one is talk about his body. One interesting thing is the body, and it's the perfect circus body, and it's how we heal as performer with our body on stages. What was for me always a huge question when I was performing, like how do people see my body, and how do I feel in my body myself? And there was a clash always. And also that effect is that I get older, my body changes, and this is something I cannot oversee. And so, and also I'm a woman, and my body changes through a cycle of a month also. So there are many things related to body. I mean, this contemporary circus is a very physical thing, and body is like the center most of the time. Okay, when there is not an object in the center, but there is a body that moves the object, or the object moves the body, blah blah blah. But there is the body, and everyone can see the body. And I think there is a thing, and that's called perfection, and that's a lie. But we follow this rule of perfection, I feel like, a little bit too strongly and too blindly. And then what's happening is that we also seek for the perfection in our body, and not regarding the technique, but it's the look. And with this Beyond Beauty photo shooting, I wanted to make the circus body visible. So I asked my female circus friends if they would be up to undress and get in front of the lens, and we do pictures while they do their techniques. And then we capture how this body really looks when they do their art. And they are all trained, physical, very what's it? No, I'm losing the words. Trained people. So, but bodies look like bodies. Look, if they're squeezed and wrapped around ropes and trapezes and chains and whatever. And so the skin stretches and deforms. And I wanted to show that this is the reality, and not the reality that maybe we want to project while doing circus. Like, it's this perfect world, everyone looks perfect, everything is perfect, but that's a lie. Yes. And this, hopefully, this will be shown in some festival. This the outcome, these photos, because they're really beautiful, and my circus friends, they were really brave to undress and get in front of the lens and show reality. That's really great.
Looks amazing.
Yeah, and we and it was there was one situation during the photo or actually it was two situations during the photo shoot where we all like had this moment of aha because we were like searching, we were like really searching for like good shots, and where you can really see the deformation of the body and changing of the body. And then one performer, she was on the floor because we did also dual partner acrobatic shots. And then she stood up, and we all saw that she was dirty in the back from the floor, and we started to clean her, and was like, no, what are we doing? And everyone was like, that's it, you know. Even we're searching for the imperfection, we tried to be perfect, and then it was this moment of yes, that's it. And it was like, okay, leave it. Because dirt is part of circus, because we roll on the floor. So yeah. So this is Beyond Beauty. And then there is also, I mean, if you go to a circus show, often you have the reality that there is a man and a woman performing, or like, let's say, two persons who are seen as man and women, and then really often you have this story of a partnership between a man and a woman, and this, or a love story between a man and a woman, and these are dated role, gender roles. So that's kind of boring. And and I asked some friends to like play a little bit with this idea of gender identity and gender roles, and yeah, did a very funny sex acrobatic weird gender photo shoot. Yes, and the outcome is amazing. As you can maybe see, there hopefully will be a picture no? Later. Yes. So that's for myself also a really interesting topic, because where are all the queer and people of color and trans people on circus stages? I want to see them, and they are not existing, I feel. I don't know if we have any person of color currently in the Austrian circus community who is a professional or a trans or queer person. And I feel like we need those people on stages to show really variety and have variety. Or where are the people with special needs? So I think this white guys and girls on stages thing is something to change also in Austria. Yes, white hetero, couples and person on stage. Yes, in groups. So yeah, this is one. And then I also, during the research, thinking about sex and circus, there was always the topic about how to talk about all the things I talk to you now with people, about body and about gender, and then even more further on about sexuality, lust, pleasure on stage. Because this is the next thing, that we use our bodies and our body feels and has emotion and can feel pleasure or lust, and we somehow cut that out when we are on stage. So we use our body as a machine somehow. I feel, or I used my body as a machine and cut my like sexuality, even though I presented myself as female on stage, but I cut it out, what I really feel. And I'm also a professional dominatrix. And I'm working on sex positive parties, and I give their live sessions. And once at 4 o'clock in the morning, it was a life-changing moment, or like, let's say, a research-changing moment. After I had my sessions and I was at the bar, relaxing with a friend who is also organizing sex positive parties. And we were talking about circus and touch and physical closeness of performer. And then she asked me like a random question. She said, "Do you have a culture of consent in circus?" And I was like, "No." And then I was like, "Why?" And then I felt like at this point at 4 o'clock in the morning in this club, she, with this question, really hit it, because this is what we completely lack, and what's the beginning of all these different discussions I want to have with people, is that we need a safe space, first of all, to talk about this thing. And a safe space is created when we have a culture of consent. But we don't have that in circus. So then I really wrapped my head around that. And I presented this idea in the Circus Strata general meeting, that we need to talk about consent, and consent in general for everything. So to really change the role of a performer, an artist in the contemporary circus field. So it's one who has needs, limits, boundaries, and traumas, and is dealing with whatever. And people like directors, trainers, teachers need to respect that, and also have their boundaries and whatever. And we need to build an awareness for the body and the need, and the connection between the body and the mind, and and what is needed to really create a surrounding and a space where everyone can say a no, and this no will be accepted and not discussed. Yes. And I presented this idea in this meeting, and they said, you really hit the zeitgeist. And I will start to go on tour and to give workshops about consent culture. Because consent culture is a part of my other life, my BDSM and sex positive life, because there is consent is key. And in the circus scene, there is no such thing as a consent. Yeah, till now. That will be changed next year and this year. Yes. So people from festivals invite me to talk with the students and the directors, and I really hope I will get more invitations and transform and like start the idea of changing the perspective of how to engage with each other in training and stage and creational processes.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm just in silence because I want to give you all of this space where you can share this as much you want. I don't want to interrupt you. And yeah, just processing everything and thinking how important is it? Because I was remembering my first circus teachers, or my first circus teacher, and how military this was, the training, you know, and go, 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 acrobacy, do it, do that. And then and always smile. And then I was thinking also about some Chinese circles, no, all of these children like crying to stretch their body and to put the body in the form what they should be, you know, to be circles and to be interesting. And yeah, the collaboration of because this is also a topic of my research, no, the idea of traditional circus and contemporary circus, no, and talk with many people. I think our interview is the 10th interview of this sequence. And yes, the conflict between these two sides, traditional and contemporary circles, and the conflict between these two places, and also the collaboration between these two places. How important is, to dialogue and to collaborate with this, and thinking also what we should avoid or what we should be against, or and you gave me a very clear idea of a very important point, that is this spectacular body, or the painful body on the stage, but is smiling, is perfect, and become a kind of fetish, no, for the audience to see this so perfect, so beautiful, but inside this performance is a lot of suffering and pain.
I'm not sure who created that idea, but it's like, I think it's a circle and everyone passes the idea. So it's the idea of creating a perfect show, and the performers want to give a perfect image, and somehow we got, as an audience, educated to see perfect performances and blah da, and it's like it's a circle, it's a rat race somehow, and everyone's trying to get each other's tails. So
Mhm, mhm.
we just like have to
Yeah.
have, and yeah. So I wanted to say something and I forgot it. Yeah, about these training things. I think I I think this it's about trying to understand each other a little bit better, and I think there is not much to do, because um, all these people who are in this working with the body have, like, I feel like, a really good understanding what they really need, uh, and it's just like a little, there's just little to like twist the knobs a little bit, and to give them the freedom to speak, and also I think just to change a little bit of the understanding, because I felt like I'm a drama teacher, or I was a drama teacher, and as I got taught to lead groups, there was this idea of, you create, and this is the I think this is the biggest thing, is you create trust within a group, with intimacy, with touch. We got taught that in the
Mhm,
past. So you all know these group games, la di da. When you are first in a space with people you don't know, you have these group games to gain trust and to form a group. So to get this group dynamic thing rolling. And what we all did in the past is that we tried to create this trust with intimacy and physical touch. But now we just have to change it, so that we first create trust and then we apply the physical. And this is just like to change those two things. And then we have a complete different atmosphere, because we first have the trust, and then there is the moment where we start to get close to each other and other bodies. So we already understand the other one before we come close and create like intimacy and closeness to each other.
And then to finish, do you have some contact with South America Circus Productions, or do you have some idea how is the circus there?
No idea.
Yeah, yeah.
I
This
did
is.
I did street theater for a long time, so I know a lot of street performer from South America, but no contemporary circus
Mhm.
people. So
Or in Brazil. Um, they have is there is a general idea where the contemporary circus production in Europe is are working more in the way of technique development. That in Europe this environment has more like full funding, more money to develop these techniques. And in Brazil, we have more, and in South America, we have more political conflicts. And this makes the productions a little bit more politic. But it's just idea, you know? And I can see how politic is your research also. And it's nice to find this here. Yes, it's done, I feel. Would you like to share something more?
No, I said enough for today.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Really, I say this very honestly because I see how precious is all of your research, and I feel like I had a gift to receive all of these and to share this for the people that is following this research. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, wherever you are in the world and you feel like you need a consent culture workshop, just get in touch with me. I would love to share the idea with the world. Yes.
I recommend.
Yeah.
Yes. So thank you so much, dear. It was a very nice talking. It was a pleasure to talk with you. I wish you all the best in your journey, in your research. I hope you can share all of this knowledge and this no violent way to work with our bodies on the circus, performance, and art and life. And yes, it will be nice to meet you again and to know that this work and this way of life and thinking the circles is spreading in the world. Yes, I will be happy and I'm happy already to know about it. Thank you so much. It was very nice. Yes. And for you that had been following this interview until now, I invite you to keep connected to know a little bit more about the contemporary circles and maybe the experimental circles in Austria, and why not in Europe, in South America, in Brazil, in Uruguay, so in the world. Yes, you are welcome. See you next time.